Hi, welcome to the Elder Law Report with McIntyre Elder Law. I'm attorney Samantha Gordon, and joining us, we have attorney Jordan Bentley.
Good morning.
So today we're going to talk about old documents, specifically old estate planning documents. So if you have gotten your estate plan done and maybe you have not looked at it for a while, you meet with a new estate planning attorney because you've moved maybe from New York to North Carolina, which has been a lot of individuals over the years, currently and more recently, you may want to decide, what do I do with my old estate planning documents? I've met with a North Carolina attorney. My things in my life have changed. My kids are older. I have grandkids now. We're getting new estate planning documents. What do I do with my old documents? Well, first and foremost, when you execute new estate planning documents, generally you revoke your previous documents when you execute new ones. However, you do want to make sure that there's some type of physical act where either you shred them, you toss them, rip them up, do something with the documents to make sure that there's not two sets of estate planning documents that are just sitting around that someone can possibly choose from. In addition to that, in North Carolina, if you have recorded a power of attorney, a general durable power of attorney, which is a power of attorney that elects someone to manage your financial decisions for you while you're alive, if you have recorded that document with the Register of Deeds in a specific county, and then you execute a new power of attorney, you need to revoke the previous power of attorney, which would require you filing a revocation at that Register of Deeds. Jordan, in addition to that, what would be your recommendations for old documents?
Well, I think it was really important, a point that you made, and you said a lot of good information there, but you really want to physically do something to get rid of them or destroy them. I always use the really dramatic example, have a bonfire, right? Light them on fire, but shred them, rip them up, right? Get rid of them. And the reason you want to do that is so that there's not any confusion. You don't want 2 or 3 wills out there that you've signed, right? Or a couple different powers of attorney. You want one document that you maybe you've given some of those documents to the executor of your will, right, or to your agent under your power of attorney. I think you also want to collect those documents back as best you can. Your agent and your executor, maybe those are people in your family, people that you trust, hopefully, right, if we've chosen the right people. So I think it's important to instruct them to destroy their physical copies or return them to you so you can destroy them as well.
Yeah, definitely. Also, in the new age of estate planning, there's electronic documents. So we actually have a bank level vault portal where we upload documents after we have completed those for clients, so they have access via their phone, computer, whatever it may be. So you also want to make sure that if you have electronic copies and you have supplied that to your family members, your friends, whoever it is that you have in those documents, that you make sure that they're not using and relying on those documents, and you give them a new set of electronic documents and ask them to delete the previous one. So if you have electronic access to documents, you want to make sure that somehow the electronic access to your old documents is not available, and that you have your new documents that are available electronically. Jordan, anything else that our viewers may need to know about old estate planning documents, or any tips or tricks that you could let them know about?
Yeah, I just think we should be clear, right? If you aren't able to get all those physical copies, maybe you've given, maybe your son or daughter who's your agent lives in a different state, lives far away, or you don't talk to that person anymore. Maybe your executor passed away. You don't know what they did with their copy of your will. That doesn't mean that your new documents aren't valid or aren't going to be able to be useful in passing your assets or managing your affairs. It's just beneficial to get rid of those old copies. So that you don't have, like we talked about, you don't have different things floating around that say, different heirs are getting stuff, or someone different has authority to act for you. You want to make sure that exactly what you think is in place are the documents that exist. So those are the only ones that can ever be presented or shown to someone with any authority.
Of course. Also, interestingly enough, behind you, you have what on the earth is eDocs access. So that is going to be our step-by-step information guide as to what our eDocs is and how we upload our documents for your estate planning documents, and just making sure that everyone has those available. So I think that was very nicely, placed for this video.
Yeah, so I think the key is, right, whether you have electronic copies of your documents, physical copies, whether you've given them out to your family or to your beneficiaries so that they know, what's coming to them, what your estate plan looks like, or maybe you just have one copy yourself that you keep, in your file cabinet or in your safe deposit box. The important thing is that when you move to a new state or when things change in your life, people are born, people die, your assets, your health, your wishes change, there's a lot of reasons to make changes to your estate planning documents. And whatever those reasons, if you do make changes, I think it's important that you also understand that while your old documents might be revoked, you still need to, it's in your best interest to get rid of them or discard them so that, like I keep saying, so they're not floating around out there.
Definitely. There's 4 Ds that you should always think about when you've had estate planning documents done and you may need new ones. Those 4 Ds are death, divorce, disability, and distance. So if someone were to pass away that you appointed in your documents, you want to make sure that you update those. If you did your documents while you're married and now you're divorced, you're going to want to think about updating those documents. If someone in your life has maybe become disabled and they're on a government benefit, you're going to want to make sure that your documents reflect that, if they were to inherit anything from you, their government benefit would not be disqualified, or just having someone else manage those assets for them. And then distance, if you were to move out of North Carolina or coming into North Carolina, you want to make sure that you meet with an estate planning attorney to ensure that your documents are up to date. And then we will also give you information as to what to do with your old documents. Thank you very much, Jordan. I enjoyed discussing this with you. It's a very small part of what we do, but it's also just a very important part as well to make sure that everyone knows what to do with their old documents. If you would like to set up a free consultation with us, we would love to meet with you, discuss that and much more. Our telephone number is 888-999-6600, or you can visit our website at mcelderlaw.com/scheduling. Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you, Sam.
Please don't wait till